DLC.
Then the big one more thing at the end of the show, the new Gears of War. It turns out Gears of War E-Day is a prequel set 14 years before the original Gears of War. Dom is in the game looking so young, just so young. And
I thought he was wearing a full-on backwards baseball cap before I realized it was like a bandana.
That's his bandana. That's his Dom bandana.
We get the origin of the bandana is what it is. Like he starts.
He lost
it's like,
the baseball
it's like,
cap to the pit.
Yeah.
It's the Uncharted movie, but he doesn't get the bandana till the end. You're like, no bandana.
His name is Solonsky. The trailer I thought was a lovely throwback to those iconic old Gears of War trailers with the music that they brought back, that sort of slow.
They stepped it down further. They took the song and stepped it down even further. It very much is nostalgia. This game is like, remember the first Gears trailer you loved? Remember the characters you loved? Do you remember the cliffhanger at the story at the end of 5? Well, forget about that and remember all this other stuff that you love.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Philly Spenny listened to the show when the DLC theme played the wrong so many times in slow motion. He was like, I have a great idea.
More
Hit
of that.
Down.
Yeah.
Again.
I was bummed that we didn't get any in-game of this. It said that everything was in engine, but Gears of War has always traditionally been an Unreal showcase, and I can't wait to see what this game looks like. I'm excited for it. Gears of War's fun, but
I'll say
I think this game's a ways off.
I'm bummed it's a prequel. I know what happens to these characters.
Yeah, but
I know what happens to Marcus and Dom. I know what happens.
I'm weird. I guess I don't play.
One?
5.
Yeah.
Is that?
It was
20?
right at the
20. Was that pandemic or was it
beginning of this console generation, or end of this
I'm gonna look
generation?
it up. But also,
I thought it was the end of the last
console
one.
Generation?
I think it was.
The end of the last console generation, and they
they
put out they
We're
upgraded version on this
2019. Yeah.
Oh dang! Well,
and they've brought back
add, then.
of War. Right, Gears 5 was just Gears 5.
Yeah.
This is Gears of War again. I thought 5 had an interesting story. I like that they'd kind of moved on. I get that. I guess these are still your biggest franchise characters with Marcus and Dom, but I liked Furiosa. I liked Fury Road more. Like, rarely does a prequel hit for me, and I'm a little afraid that this also will not hit. I wish there was something else they could tell in the future than going back, and now I get to experience E-Day. I've heard about it a million times. Now I get to play it. Okay, so every new character dies, and Dom and Marcus are fine, I guess. I don't know.
They wanted a game with absolutely no stakes.
I'm a vegetarian. Sign me up. Jeff, you're muted, but you're saying something.
Somewhere.
I'm just saying I don't play these games for the story. I'm not playing Gears of War for the story. That's maybe I'm weird, but I think the mechanics of Gears of War are very fun, and I'm not worried about this. I'm excited to go back into this world and play it and make it look pretty, and I'm into it. I don't care. I think it's cool that it's a prequel, but whatever. I'm not worried that I know what happens to these characters. It's like,
well, I think they're banking on a lot of people caring. I think it's a very intentional play to bring back Marcus and Dom.
Well,
it's not
yeah.
Because if no one cared about the story, it'd be like, here's Deborah and Gary, or whatever. And it's like, who are they?
Play that.
No one.
I'd play that. Deborah and Gary of War.
You can get the full audio version of this show by subscribing to the RSS feed, which you can find at dlcpod.com. And you can support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/dlcpod, where you will get ad-free versions of the show, video versions of the show on demand, and a whole bunch of extra content, like Wednesday's show, paid DLC, including spoiler chats, so much more. That's patreon.com/dlcpod.